Hello, my sons! Welcome back to this channel. Lots happened. We got a new computer, work-related stuff, whole kit caboodle. I know I still gotta clean out that closet, but this is mainly stuff from the Cartoon Network Hotel that I got. It's gonna be in two sections. One is the open couch section, where I kind of talk about certain things that I did get at the hotel that are kind of too big for the full review treatment. Mainly just what's on the couch and this. It is, get this, the last large Ben 10 shirt from the Cartoon Network Hotel. Yeah, and it says Omnitrix Activate. Again, I love the Ben 10 series. I watched Ben 10, Alien Force, Ultimate Alien. People tell me to watch Omniverse. It kind of fills in a few things, but the newer one that was kind of the highlight of the Cartoon Network Hotel. Look, man, there's a reason the voice of Ben 10 decided to do an indie art project. As of recently, I still have yet to watch it, but I hear it's fantastic. But, you know, that's neither here nor there, right? The Paramount and Warner Brother thing and Netflix, you know. Oh, hello, Leo. Would you like to say hi to everyone? You're not a prop. I promise I won't shock you. Let me know down in the comments down below if you know who I'm referring to. Anyway, so we have. Well, first of all, actually, let's talk about this bag. Just because I hate to say it, I feel like they could have done a little more for the logo. You know, I mean, I know it says hotel on it and stuff like that, and I'm sure someone's gonna preserve the bag itself, or maybe not. A lot of things are not preservable. I mean, you can make this bag pretty easy. It's a simple white bag with a black and white logo on it. Anyone can print this out, you know. Especially if you look up Cartoon Network and then use the, I'm assuming, Arial font for hotel. Let me go down in the comments down below if that's actually Arial. I don't think it is. But if you could kind of tell behind me, I was naughty. And I don't consider theft. I won't consider theft, right? Like, you know, like, that's not a thing that I like talking about. It's not a good thing to do, but I kind of did it. And again, I'm not going to ask to be forgiven, because obviously what I did was wrong. But these were all going to be thrown out anyway. So, and also I didn't get charged on the hotel thing, so clearly they didn't care enough. Or they had extra. But we have a Jake foot runner for a bed. And on the back side, you have his, can I put this here? I don't know if I can. No, I can't do it. It's too long. I will try and do that in post, just because it is crazy. Oh, he's okay. He's okay. You can stay. You can stay. You can stay, bud, okay? But, you know, it has his tail and stuff and has his face. Also, I have a Steven Universe one. Oh, there goes my cat. I have a Steven Universe one. I'll tell you a little bit about that after I talk about this. I also have a shower curtain. Again, different Cartoon Network characters. If you can't tell, it's the newer design of stuff. They have the CYK kind of colors, the cyan kind of colors. And I actually kind of like this. I don't like the chibi art style. I kind of miss whatever those, like, the faceless Funko Pop things they had. And then, you know, like, that was kind of a cool art style. I think they had, like, an ink art style, too. Again, it's been years. You know, they used to have, like, cartoons crossover with other cartoons. Like, I think my favorite one might be when, like, Ben 10 meets, like, the Justice League, and Batman is like, you want my autograph? Like, you know, because I hate to say it, Ben 10... really cool, gotta be honest. Also, the Mark slander I've been seeing on the internet comparing Mark to Ben 10, it's like night and day. I'm sorry, like, Ben 10, well-written hero. And that's kind of how I feel about a lot of cartoons. They're not written well these days. For the most part, right? Like, okay, Teen Titans Go, very poorly written on most of the episodes. A lot of the episodes later are apparently good, though, so... you know, maybe I spoke too soon. It's not season 6. But there are a lot of, like, I'll say baby kitty-ish kind of. It borders on the kitty-ish. Like, it's not Dora the Explorer level, but it's nowhere near the complexity of Ben 10 or Code Lyoko, if that makes sense. But speaking of shows that did have a complex and great story, with a good payoff in the end, Adventure Time! I got a pillow! I got 2 Finn pillows, if you can't tell. And if you're wondering what these pillows are behind me, they were actually my grandmother's. I know they seem very girly for someone of my, I'll say, testosterone kind of fueled stuff, especially in that Metroid Prime 4 review. But these pillows, very comfy, very, you can actually switch these out too, which was nice. They have like a zipper. You can just take the cover off and just take the pillow out. That's it. And yeah, other than that, if you're asking why I took these, I kind of wanted to give these to someone who would love these, like, maybe like a famous kind of YouTuber, or semi-famous YouTuber. Someone who loves Adventure Time, and or Steven Universe, because, like, I haven't even watched Steven Universe yet. I actually asked my friend a little bit the other day, because I was like, do you think I'd like Steven Universe? Because I know they have a lot of musical stuff, and that was the reason why. And he was like, well, how do you feel about gay? And I was like, gay what? And he was like, well, like, shows with gay characters. I was like, they're fine. I was like, unless they're written bad. And he's like, well, what do you mean written bad? And I was like, well, if it's just kind of shoved in there with no story exposition, like, I don't know these characters beforehand, or there's no build-up, or they're not already established, like, the first time you meet them, it, like, something like the narrative has to fit. A good example of this would be in Adventure Time, PB and Marceline. That was unexpected. Gonna be honest, loved it. I thought it was great. Again, I have lesbian parents, but, like, when I was younger, we didn't have shows that kind of had that. At least I've never watched any, like, I'm just gonna start listing off shows. Samurai Jack, Code Lyoko, Ben 10, Camp Lazlo, Hero 101, Hot Wheels Battle Force 5, Andre 3000, Class of 3000 or whatever. There's a lot, right? Danny Phantom, Fairly Odd Parents, SpongeBob. My split of cartoons as well was, I would say, a rough 45 with Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, and then 10% for Disney Channel for, like, the Lilo and Stitch series. That was on there for a bit, and that weird time that, like, Naruto was airing on it. Like, did anyone else remember that, or am I crazy? Like Naruto was on Disney, like, XD at one point, right? Oh, and American Dragon Jake Long, and I did have a bit of a crush on Kim Possible. I'm sorry. Look, man, I know I like Reds. What can I say? But, yeah, and then last thing we have here is the theme of the current state of Cartoon Network, which I think is non-existent, because all they air is, like, Teen Titans Go now. Like, I remember there's, like, one summer when all they were airing was Teen Titans Go, and I had, like, cable for a while, just because I didn't have anything streaming, and I wasn't really getting things through other methods. And I was like, what's on TV? Because, like, I was still in high school, I think, at the time, or, like, college, just starting out, and they had nothing, right? And I saw things on Cartoon Network that I liked, like, Let's Go OK Hero, I think it was. I think I said OK Hero in the Cartoon Network Hotel review thing. Crossed over with Sonic. That was cool. Uncle Grandpa was also a good show. I remember when they had Mad. It's a lot of stuff, right? I grew up with Cartoon Network and I grew up with Nickelodeon, but we're going to talk about Cartoon Network specifically for the sake of this. I might mention Nickelodeon here or there. But yeah, this is actually a very nice design. Now this is a pillow that I might keep, because it's a good centerpiece. Like, the way I had this couch lined up, gonna be honest, it was pretty dope. And I will say the foot runner for, Adventure Time, maybe I could get, I think John Fabio. Yeah, John Fabio, I believe, is the voice actor for Jake the Dog. He voices Bender, too. He's a great voice actor. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, I feel like I feel like everything here it's nice, and I hate that it's not for commercial sale, and for the person who did steal, who like actually steal the cells of whatever show it was. I don't actually know what show it was. I could look back in the recording and find out, but I'm doing this off the cuff. I hope you enjoy it, like truly enjoy it. Like you're a fan of the show, so on and so forth. Because like when I talked to the hotel staff, they said they were just gonna go back to Warner Brothers. That was it. So it was probably gonna go in like someone's basement or at like an auction for some collector, or maybe it would have gone in a museum, which that's what I was hoping for, right? When I asked, but I wanted some of the Ben 10 stuff. I know it was new, but they looked cool. And I'm like, all right. But yeah, other than that, look, I don't know. The shower curtain thing I actually might keep. I kind of do need a shower curtain, and this is a very nice shower curtain. Also, apparently Gumball got James Baxter, a fantastic animator, to come and animate what I think is one of the most fluid things of animation that I've seen in so long. And, like, for those of you who don't know, James Baxter is one of the most prolific animators in history. Great guy, worked on so many things, the list would be too long for this. But yeah, no, again, I went to school for 3D animation and game design. I did a lot of papers on, like, Steven Hillenburg, basically how Nickelodeon kind of did things against his wishes after his passing, and a few other, other individuals. But I'm trying to circle this back to everything else. So, overall, my history with Cartoon Network is not this modern Cartoon Network. And that's not to say that all of the shows are bad, or that they're good, or anything else like that. It's that I think my era of Cartoon Network ended probably when this stuff started showing. I mean, like, I watched all of Adventure Time. I didn't watch Fiona and Cake. That's on, like, HBO or something. And the only, like, cartoon that I can truly say I've watched in recent time is Smiling Friends. And that's an adult show, which is a completely different wheelhouse. And, yeah, I mean, like, to kind of veer off a little bit, because I want to talk about this in a bigger video, but to give you basics of my, cartoons are not the same. They can't take the intense topics, write them diligently, and, and people are very sensitive. Like, I look at the first 2 or 3 episodes of Samurai Jack, and I remember seeing, like, the stereotypical of whatever nationality or nation he was going to. I was like, that can't be drawn today. I look at things like Static Shock, where it talks about, drugs, gang violence, and a bunch of other stuff, even racism, right? And it tackles it in a very perfect way that gives a scenario and gives a conclusion within that 20 to 30 minute span. And again, I'm not trying to knock modern cartoons, because work does go into them. I just think the agenda of what they're writing for is very differently put now than what it was then. Because the issues I feel like they were tackling then were more real-world issues than anything else. But I digress. I want to kind of move on. So, we'll talk about the little health tip thing. This is by the Wellness Company. This is by Dr. Peter McCullough. Now, Peter McCullough, he is a lead cardiologist. He's written books on vaccines and stuff like that. And regardless of what you may or may not care about in terms of what your stance on is, if you got the COVID shot like me and you didn't really want to, but your company was giving you a promotion to get it, and you used it for your ex-girlfriend to kind of spend time with her, but you really didn't want to, but you wanted the extra money to treat her, but you regret it because she left you for someone of, let's just say, questionable mentality, or questionable a lot of things. I'm a very athletic individual. This person is a fat, stubby individual, we'll say. So, also, like a decade and a half older than her. So, again, and also works at the same gas station, we'll say. So, there's a little spite in there, but that spite aside, this works. I hate to say it. If you want to get clear out that spike protein, which is one strand away from an ailment that let's just not talk about. That illness is one strand. Anyway, this, I hate to say it, it's been going great for me. I will say, when I started taking this, I started like getting like, I'll say like slight nosebleeds and stuffy noses and stuff. And I normally never get nosebleeds, but when I would blow my nose, I actually got like I don't want to show it. I do have the picture, but it's really gross. A chunk of it was a clot. It was a clear clot. And again, I'm speaking from my own experience. I speak for myself, and I'm not really going to apologize for that. This works. I've never, whatever. It has, what was it? I believe turmeric nanokinase, bromelain, which I talked about that as a, like a thinner of, bromelain breaks down protein enzymes and stuff. And curcumin, dandelion root, black pepper. It's got all. And selenium. This, I'm gonna be using this for a little bit, just because, even though it's not approved by the FDA, a certified doctor did create this product. I will stress enough. The price of this is a little pricey if you want the all-in-one. It is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, right? It's a little pricey. But the price comes from bringing all of these different ingredients into one thing. So if you're interested in this, go on Amazon, find it. Make sure it's from the reputable wellness company. And I do hope I didn't butcher his name wrong. Anyway, so we're going to now go into what I got goodie bag-wise. Because I got 2 bags here I'd love to go over. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for your patience. Now, let's continue. So, personally, I actually thought it would be a good idea to use Jake the dog's face instead of the normal carpet this time. Just because, again, we have the opportunity for this little background, so consider it a special. So, let's just have a closer look at the pillow. I think that's first and foremost, right? You can't see too much on the couch, but it is just thin. Here's the underside with the zipper. Nothing crazy. I feel like this was nice. This was cute. Nothing crazy. And then obviously we have the design here that I showed before. I feel like you were able to get the design for the most part. It's just these like little lightning bolts and then dots. Nothing crazy. So let's see here. There's that Ben 10 shirt I was talking about. And it was initially $40. I'm gonna make that very clear. Initially, everything was like 75 to like 90% off. So this was a fantastic find, and it's gonna be a great gym shirt. It doesn't say Cartoon Network Hotel on it, and a lot of the shirts too they said made in America or something. They were very proud of that. If you look on my other video, so I don't know if they did like local sourcing or something, but either way, I'm going to just empty everything I have out on the side and. Yeah, no, let's just gotta... Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Wow. Okay, super. So let's go over, I guess, like, the menu stuff. Believe it or not, the cafe was probably one of the best parts about this. Truly. Let me fix this up real quick. I think that'll be fine. Move this over a little bit. Okay, these were the cafe stuff. You had, like, your Steven Universe, your Teen Titans Go, and your Gumball, and I do want to get these scanned and put them online to preserve for people. I feel like that's very important. Of course, there's no backside of these, so keep that in mind. Now, this is Mau Mau. Isn't Mau Mau from Adventure Time, right? That little cat thing? Anyway, same thing here. I have no idea what apple and onion is. I'm going to be completely honest, no idea what apple and onion is. But, you see the outline of these, and you have your Cartoon Network icons. I think they're the same throughout. Yeah, they're definitely through the same. You got Cannonball here, the banana from Gumball, Jake, whatever that is. Forearms eating ice cream? That's a weird one. Steven Universe, so on. Wait, there's Chowder. Wait, out of all this time, I've never seen Chowder on anything, and this is the only thing I've seen him on. There's Benson from regular show, Lemonhead, sure, but like those two in particular, I didn't see anything from like regular show or anything else there really. And again, like, you know, there was We Bare Bears and stuff, but nothing crazy. And again, these are what you would get from like the dinner or the luncheon and stuff like that. So I do want to get these high-res scanned and stuff. I've never heard of Victor and Valentino either. I'm assuming these are a lot of, like, 1, maybe 2 season shows, and, like, season 2 is, like, half of whatever season 1 was. Also, I do want to preface this, again, for the spike protein detox thing. It's just my own experience with it. Again, I'm not, you know, if you want to do it, you don't have to, but, again, that's up to you. And the blood clot, the nosebleed and all that, once the clot came out, the nosebleed stopped. It was so weird. I've never had a nosebleed just stop on a dime before. Let me know, has that happened to you? But anyway, I've never heard of Summer Camp Island. And then this is the new Powerpuff Girls. I hate to say it, the art style is so similar to the old one, it just makes me question, like, was this a remake or not? I actually don't know. Someone let me know down below. Okay, so now that we have actual things, let's just talk about the receipts. I don't recommend getting drinks with questionable ingredients, but this was a once-in-a-lifetime thing, so I got the Chloe Berry Smoothie, Chloe Triple Berry Smoothie, a few times, and this is just some of the other stuff here. But you could even see all of the stuff. Look, it's like $3, $5, $10, $12, and again, you know, a lot of the stuff is kind of just memorabilia. It truly is just memorabilia in that, like, sense of, like, oh, wow, like, I just, again, it's a little weird, sorry, I'm trying to organize this a little better, but yeah, it is kind of just weird in that sense where it's like, oh, it's just memorabilia, but, like, now it's memorabilia you can't get, because now it's changing, you know, that Dutch Wonderland place. So, I cheesed an arcade, and I got these two things. It was the Tic-Tac-Toe Pirate Ship one, and these were like dirt cheap too. Gonna be honest, not really my proudest moment, but hey, I got some Ben 10 Omnicade cards, and I won one of these in bingo with 20 credits, so, you know, it was, these were made by Capital Vending Machine. If you ever want to get something from them, I guess, custom, sure. Are these in PA? Where it was by? I don't know. No, that's not the... Excuse me, that's not the zip code for PA or anything, not that I know of. But, there's nothing on these cards anymore, at least to my knowledge. But these cards are going for money on the internet. They were going for... I was, like, really surprised with some of the listings for this. And here's another one. But what I really want to say... Look at that. That's a room key. And that was the Wi-Fi code. Booyah. Cyborg. My room was 200. And... boom. Hotel key for the Cartoon Network Hotel. Dude, that is the coolest thing I think I have. Like, this is exquisite. Like, truly exquisite, by the way. That, for me, is just a personal keepsake, just because, wow. I can't believe that this exists, right? Like, you know, like, I don't know. But, fun fact... they had Pokemon cards in that vending machine. So let's open up Mario and Peach first. These are by Jakks Pacific in 2023. Obviously, the Mario movie, big whoop. So let's open them up. And I could kind of... what the heck? There we go. Oh, I thought the pipe was part of it. These are just kind of cheap. These are very cheap. Are these from China? Polyester fiber. No, from California. Jakks Pacific Inc. 2951 28th Street, Santa Monica. Okay, well, anyway. Yep, and this is Mario. Big, it's so weird. I can't avoid Mario or Zelda or Nintendo anywhere I go because they're everywhere, you know? And Nintendo's kind of sucking wind recently with certain things. Let me know down below, by the way, if you see my other reviews, and if you would want me to tackle Nickelodeon games. I know that Cartoon Network one is, like, really expensive because they never did a reprint. But, you know, emulation's a thing. I don't even think Nintendo or Cartoon Network owns the rights to it anymore. So I would not be... I wouldn't put it past that, you know. So let's talk about these Pokemon cards. All right, so... I used to, I mean, you guys watch the shorts on this channel, you know that, you know, you know, let me just open this with my teeth, hold on. There we go. You know that I collect original Pokemon cards, right? Okay, that's like the one card. So, let's kind of just flip everything else over. Lopunny, Knucklestack, so just Tetris, Magnemite, Vulpix. Don't know who that is. Kadabra. Wow. They put him back in cards. That's right. I forgot the guy who originally owned, like, Kadabra. Or not own the rights, but, like, Nintendo stopped putting him in cards for ages in the Pokemon Company. Ninjask. Makuhita. Yveltal. I don't know if that's something. An energy and... is this worth something? I don't know. It looks like it's worth something. Probably not. I have no... Can someone tell me if this is worth something? I have no idea. Alright. Well, I'll probably look at that after the fact or not. I don't really care. Not here for Pokemon. So let's also go over... These were some of the coloring pages. I let the kids have fun first. Before they printed out other stuff. I assume the files will be online somewhere, but... Crag of the Creek... You know, Marceline, Powerpuff Girls, We Bare Bears. There was no Teen Titans left, or Ben 10. A little disappointed in that, but I'm sure it's somewhere on the internet. And this was a little card. Now this is nice. I would love to get this scanned and kind of use this as like a thumbnail or something. This is just a genuine card. Like, if you wanted to send something to someone and say, like, oh, this is the... And the trademark is 2019. Wow. Again, this is really cool. Like, I don't understand why companies will do this. They'll make some, like, great... Like, imagine if I sent this to you as, like, a birthday card. I would love this. This was almost as, like cool as, like, the little animations they had for, like, screensavers. I would have loved... a Cartoon Network Hotel, like, screensaver, because I have screensavers and stuff that, like, are Nintendo, but I don't know, like, this, they had a scrolling wheel of this, and it was just really cool, little upset to see, you know, nothing of the sort there. I don't know what this is. I think that might be from Steven Universe. It's like that Magic Wand thing about Mojo Jojo, but, like, dude, this is cool. Like, you know, they got the 3 colors there. I don't know. For me, exclusive stuff is very, you know... Also, look, I got a Cartoon Network Hotel hat. I will say the print quality of this is not, like, good. I will not claim that this is good print quality, but to say that I have one, and it's got the Cartoon Network thing, and I'm not even a hat guy, by the way. I'm not a hat guy, but, like, if I go to the beach or something and I have this, like, man, oh, man, let me tell you. You know, I think it's cool. You know, like, I'd wear this maybe at the beach or something. I'm not a hat guy. I'm not, like, you know, I've never done hats. I'm not a big hat guy. I don't look good in hats, right? This is another menu thing. Another 3 in particular. They're all the same, but I wanted to get just some extra just in case. So keep that in mind. Now, I'll put that between the coloring and everything else. We have a folder with, I guess, Cartoon Network... Like a Cartoon Network Hotel folder, which is probably the coolest thing. I'm not in school anymore, but if I did, I'd certainly use it. And this was a map of the facility. And again, it didn't have a lot, right? It had an indoor pool, an outdoor pool, the Powerpuff Girls section, and the main hotel area, which was over here, which had the kitchen, the barista, the Omnicade, the Tomb Room. The Tomb Room was just the kid thing. And then... The second level had the 4 suites that I talk about in the review. These are the dream suites. These are the ones that are very expensive and come with expensive things. Like multiple beds and so on and so forth. Again, everything else around here was very motel-like. Like, this was motel-like kind of stuff. Again, I wasn't a big fan of that. I don't think a lot of people were, but I like the fire pits, I like the art design. And honestly, like, this is, again, like, I hope the website's still up and they didn't change the website domain and they just made something different. Because they really overwrote it. People gotta go to the Wayback Machine, people gotta find this, you know, like, you know, it sucks. But, you know, if you're a truck driver, you're going down this, you want to relive a little bit of your childhood or vicariously through other children, which is what a lot of parents were doing. I think this is a fine experience, and there's, like, footage of people, too, who were there for, like, the New Year's and stuff, and that was nice, and I'm sad that I wasn't there for that, but, you know, I'm very blessed to have been able to have the chance to go there. And, of course, now, this is the schedule stuff. They gave you activities, and they were doing all of these activities, by the way. It was stacked at least the last time there. All of these activities were there, and they did have, like, Cartoon Network-themed movie nights. They had the pajama dance party, but I wasn't going to record that, obviously, because kids were, you know, doing it and stuff, and it's cute. And I tried not to record too much of other people, just because, again, there were kids there. But, you know, I wanted to show the experience as best I could. You know, and again, no animosity, no hate, no nothing. It was more or less just I wanted to capture this hotel in the best sense that I could. And you got exclusive artwork here. I've never seen this artwork of Finn and the Ice King. I've seen this with Robin. I think I've seen this with Powerpuff Girls. I just, you know, overall, like, the fact that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then they had, like, you know, daily events Saturday, Sunday, and these daily events, too, they had the movie every night. They didn't, I think they were starting to show some classic stuff. Like, I think I remember the first Ben 10 movie was playing, or one of the Ben 10 movies were playing one night. I didn't capture every night, but they did have a mix of stuff, and a mix of shows, too, in the Barista Cafe, and I want to make that very clear. The staff there were great. They were really great. I have no complaints, and they do have a happy ending, for those of you who didn't watch the other video, which will be tagged, hopefully, at the end of this, so they do get to stay at Dutch Wonderland if they want. That is a big plus. That is a big W for management, because apparently, I guess it was like a contract between Dutch Wonderland and Cartoon Network. Why Cartoon Network chose the middle of absolutely nowhere in Amish country, I have no idea, but Amish food, some of the healthiest stuff out there for you, nutrient-packed, homemade, you know, again, it's just beautiful. But yeah, and this, again, trademarked in 2019. So this hotel, I think, was trademarked in 2019. So it wasn't there for too long, which kind of sucks. And apparently, I didn't see anyone go up on the elevator of this, but apparently there's an animation that plays on the elevator as it goes up. So you could find that, you know, wherever you'd like, just because I only saw it through, like, one TikTok. I don't know where I'd be able to find it elsewhere. It's probably a very hard thing to find. If you guys can find me a link to that, I would appreciate that. I'd like to just be able to have the footage. You know, I should have saved it. I'm sorry, I didn't. Here's another receipt for... oh, I did get... Oh, that's right, that's on my fridge. Hold on. I completely forgot. Okay. So, I got a Ben 10 magnet. Dude, that is probably the coolest thing. Because they didn't have these. Like this, I found underneath a lot of stuff, and I'll show you some of the stuff that was underneath. Actually, here it is. A Ben 10 little ring toss thing. Like, look, it's cute, and I definitely probably shouldn't have bought this. I don't, you know, but it was like... not that bad, not, you know, yeah, it was so wild to me, like, first of all, this, I will say, this being the amount it wasn't ideal, you know, this was $5.99, this was $6.50, I don't think, oh, wow, actually, she didn't, I don't think she applied a discount to this, okay, well, oh, no, it was $12, wow. Point in case, a lot of stuff here you're never gonna see again. And I hate that Mario and Peach are here, but hey, they were part of the hotel experience, so, whoops. Now, let's talk about whatever this is in here. This is a bookmark corner. Oh! When I went to the Amish place, or not the Amish place, they had like a little bookmarker shop. I love cute shops like this. I'm sorry, it's the quilt shop at Miller's. Let me tell you, this Amish store place was fantastic, and since I do tend to read a lot, if you didn't, see all the books earlier, it's nice to have a little bookmarker that, it's made of cotton and stuff. And if you really do want to, they do have an online storefront. I'm not, gonna gatekeep this wonderful place. I really recommend you guys go to this. The ladies were very kind, very sweet. And they do have stuff, like they recycle stuff all the time. I don't know what to tell you. It's a really good place. I am going to put my receipts and stuff in here. Just kind of keep everything organized. But no, I really enjoyed my time there. I really did. And I think, it's one of those things that I know that cartoons are kind of dying. They are dying, right? AI is becoming a thing. We're not happy about it, and that's what my main channel's for. I do want to work with artists. I can't pay them. And I hate that I can't pay them, but it's true. I can't pay all the artists in the world and stuff, and as much as I want to, I'm not popular enough for that. So if you click on the video after the main channel, and you guys kind of just like at least this, or want me to support artists, cosplayers, musicians, I've worked with a variety of people already, and I am blessed for that. Let me know. Truly. Okay, so, steel container. It was either black and white, or white and black, and it just, the colors were swapped. Other than that, this was, like, the one that, like, I will say this is, like, a cheap, easily marked up gloss. But it's a normal canister? Hello? What's in here? Pirate note? Oh, here are a few helpful tips to enhance the enjoyment of your new drinkware. Please wash the bottle thoroughly. First time, use hand wash only. Do not overfill. Liquid may escape through drinking hole. Always ensure lid is fastened. Do not microwave. Do not use cleaners or bleach or chlorine. Okay. Well, I don't really use that. I use kind of Castello stove, but I don't think I'm ever going to use this. I think it might be, like, I don't know, a prop or something. I don't know. I like cutaway gags, so it might be a cutaway gag. Now, this is the main lobby. This was what they used for people to try and find all of the little characters throughout the Cartoon Network Hotel Crag of the Creek hide-and-seek mission. Now, let me tell you, this was thoroughly fun, and I am so happy. And there were 2 towels that actually, I got 2 towels, but give me 1 second. Here we go. 2 towels. This one I won in Mingo, and the blue one I got for this scavenger hunt thing. I did not get the pink one. I'm sorry, I don't have a complete set. Oh well, I'm so sad I didn't get the pink one. But in all seriousness, these designs they're nice. I will say, I think it's like the last good, Cartoon Network hurrah, right? Especially since everyone's taking the streaming stuff over, and cartoons are not going to be, a thing as much anymore, because now AI is the new thing, and now they have, like, insert your own you into the story, so now you can do things with whoever, which causes so many issues. But that aside, this band, a very important royal, I think this is actually from the Dutch Wonderland, if I'm being completely honest. But they gave the bands, I guess, to the Cartoon Network Hotel people, just so that, like, if you did activities and stuff, like the bingo, or you went to the swimming pool, or something, that was kind of their way of like, all right, guys, this is what you use, gotta wear this. Now, my question is like, if you're there for multiple days, you just get another one? Like, how? Like, I didn't lose it because I'm an adult, but I'm wondering for kids, too. Especially since I actually put this on, like, I could slip this on and off if I really want to, like, yeah. So, it's one of those things where I'm like, alright, well, you know, now we have a deck of cards. Now I've never actually opened these, and I'm afraid to open these, but I kind of want to see what the artwork is. So, if it'll let me, I don't want to rip into these. Come on. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Come on, let me get the card. Let me get the cards. Ugh. Oh, I ripped it. Shit. I didn't want to, but it's so tight. Ah, man. All right, there we go. All right, slight rip, but it's fine. Wow. Oh. So that's it? Just on the back? Oh, I was really hoping for, like, character designs on the front. Like, you know, like if we open this up and this was, like, Ben 10, which is probably their best... I assume it's their best cartoon. I really do. Not every show on Cartoon Network has gotten the amount of love that Ben 10 did. Truly, four, what was it? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4... Sorry, 5 series, including this one, this newer one. I don't know, man. I wish there was more. I really do wish there was more. You know, and they don't have, like, an adult section, or not even an adult section, but, like, all of Cartoon Network. I really feel like this hotel could have benefited from Miami, Florida, maybe where the Nickelodeon one was, before the Dan Schneider stuff. Or, I don't know, I'm trying to think, maybe California, I mean, Tokyo even, I don't know, it's just, this place could have benefited so much more from a different place than Pennsylvania. Okay, next up, we have a light thing that probably does not have batteries for free up. Mind you, this plastic stuff, it looks like all of this stuff kind of comes from AliExpress, except for, like, the shirts, maybe. Which, again, I get, I know. But hey, that's why China's doing bounds more than us. Did you know that they also, they recently cured diabetes, and they're about to adopt Russia's, cancer vaccine, which has a 98% success rate? Just a little fun fact. So if you guys got a little something going on, maybe you could go to another country and get it. Is it expensive? Yeah, but it's better than the alternative, I guess. Spending so much on insulin and chemotherapy. I've talked about that before, but this very stretched out Cartoon Network logo thing, that's for sure. Okay, let's just take the tab off. Ooh, okay. And woo! Wow. That's a little fun. Look at that. Oh, that's very fun. This is so fun. Wait, oh, this is actually kind of cute. Wait, I like this. I don't know why. I think there's just something in my mind that's like, wow. You can't see the characters, you can't see anything, but this... I wonder how that's coming out on the camera. Can you even see the lights? Probably not. Oh, you can see it light up, though. I don't know, guys. This was cute. Very glad I got this one. It's gonna go next to my Sonic Symphony one. Just because, again, why not? So yeah, okay, we got that now. Now these, I Ben 10, Gumball, Steven Universe. The only one I didn't get was like We Bare Bears, because this Steven Universe one I'm actually giving to a friend, so I'm not going to open this. I hope you can forgive me. But Ben 10, Gumball, the fact that Gumball, like, dude, Gumball is a great show. I like that they also use child voice actors, but they've used, like, multiple for Darwin and Gumball over and over again. So it's funny, like, each season or two, you know, the kids grow up and they need someone a little more youthful, and it's funny. Personally, I think it's great. You know, and the animation is, it's amazing. It truly is amazing that they have a show with 2D and 3D animation and such. Again, it gives me very Roger Rabbit vibes. For those of you who don't know what Roger Rabbit is, oh my god, go watch that movie. But yeah, and then look, I know this is Ben 10, and maybe I shouldn't even open these. These are actually kind of really cool, collector's items, and I could kind of put them in. Oh, I have an idea where to put these, eventually. But let's talk about, I guess, like the impact of Cartoon Network. I mean, Cartoon Network is a great. It was a great studio. I mean, they closed the building down. A while back, the animation studio and stuff. I mean, like, you got comeback series, like regular shows making a comeback on Adult Swim, but the problem is now, like, kid shows, the people who made our kid shows are now making adult shows, or shows that are geared towards adults who want more of a story with their shows, like the Ben 10 indie animation thing, like the regular show thing. Heck, even Fiona and Cake had a lot more mature things. But that audience is for them. I wouldn't put kids in front of a lot of that stuff. I mean, the Ben 10 one is like an indie animation thing. A lot of kids aren't exactly going to be geared towards indie animation. Unless, of course, you're me. I was a weird kid. But I think, overall, Cartoon Network has been in all of our lives, in some way, shape, or form. And I think, it's sad to see it go so soon, because at this point, what does Cartoon Network truly have? What does Cartoon Network truly have? Cartoon Network was bought by Warner Brothers, and now Warner Brothers is being bought by either Netflix or Paramount. We kind of don't want it to go to Paramount, mainly because they already bought Nickelodeon, so then they're kind of going towards that, like, one streaming order kind of thing, And, without competition in the market, it doesn't exactly breed creativity. That's what Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network had for all this time. I mean, you don't think that Danny Phantom inspired a little bit of Ben 10 or Generator Rex or something else like that, or you don't think the Fairly Odd Parents, Wacky Adventures inspired a little bit of Gumball, or, something from, like, Boomerang. We had Boomerang. And they had, like, the Pink Panther, and they had, so many other stuff. Heck, one of their shows, I can't remember the name, but it was a late-night thing that eventually led into Adult Swim, where they reused animation stuff and just changed the talking speed of the character to have, like, a talk show. I just, like, Cartoon Network as a whole consists of Cartoon Network, Boomerang, and Adult Swim, but now it's kind of just Adult Swim solo romping it kind of seems. I mean, like, I don't have cable right now, so can someone tell me how cable is going for everything? Because, like, I can't remember the last thing Cartoon Network put on their channel, and I think do they even own their channel still? I don't know. It was channel 24 and 20, or channel 25. You remember that SpongeBob joke that was directly geared towards Nickelodeon? I don't know. And I mean, like, look, like, this thing, the Barista Cafe, this was, like, one of the last things I think I have outside of the hotel bag that I guess we could give you a quick view of. And this is made by whatever this company is. This bag is recyclable. Please reuse and recycle this bag. By Duro Bag, a Novix brand company. Again, it's nice to name drop the companies. This way people can kind of go back. And these are kind of like time capsules. But, like, look at this little Barista Cafe thing. This is what I got the towels in. And that was cute. I don't know. I kind of want to make a video essay on the death of cartoons. And I think that's going to be after my plug and play video, which is after my AI girl video, because that seems to be booming right now and kind of funny. All in all, guys, I think my most prized possession in this is the Cartoon Network Hotel Key. After all, these were kind of just fodder. You got these at the arcade, congratulations kind of thing, there was nothing Cartoon Network related there as well. You had, like, some stuffed animals from, like, Powerpuff Girls with the Powerpuff Girls and Mojo Jojo, and the We Bare Bears with Ice Bear, Panda Bear and the Brown Bear. But, like, in all seriousness, the Cartoon Network theme, it was in decor alone. Like, the hotel room, the pool area, you know, the cafe and stuff. But, like, the decor was so thin and so selective. Like, even the placemats where I mentioned, like, Benson and Pops and, you know, or was it Benson and Chowder? You know, like, Chowder, one of Cartoon Network's greatest shows, like the fact that I'm mentioning it in the year 2025 kind of shows you, or 2026 now, sorry, is a bit telling, right? You know, I don't like that I'm mentioning all of this, you know, through this video and stuff, and I don't like the negative connotation that Cartoon Network is dead, right? But, like, realistically speaking, it kind of is, and I don't... That's the hard part of calling myself Pops, right? Like, you know, like a good dad, you gotta tell someone, hey, look, you know, this thing, it's not, you know, it's not working anymore, or this or that, or, like, you gotta give the bad news, but you gotta give, you know, the remembrance of, hey, be happy it happened, be happy, you know, it was there, be happy in general. Like, you got to experience life in a sense, and for everyone who didn't get to experience the Cartoon Network Hotel, I kind of truly hope that you were able to vicariously feel something, right? Like, I don't want you guys to feel like, oh man, I missed this, and, you know, and I get it, I truly do. I hope I can reminisce with you guys a little bit about, like, Cartoon Network as a whole, because, like, there's a lot of YouTubers, too, who go over all that stuff way more in depth. Jordan Fringe is one of my personal favorites. And Vulture, oh, I can't remember his name now. He does shorter content. Like, each of his videos are, like, what, maybe, like, 5 minutes max? I don't think I've ever seen him do a video over, like, 10 minutes. You know, and it's very nostalgia bait, you know, and I will admit, it's rough. I mean, dude, I got a shower curtain, some towels, some you know, pillows. Cartoon Network's Hotel was fantastic. I'm glad that I went towards the end, but I hate that it was the end that made me go there. You know, it was a nice Christmas gift. I did ask for this. It was not something I would have... I might have put the effort to go into it, right? Because obviously, with the Sonic Symphony, the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Symphony, you know, I've been trying to experience life more. Just because I always experienced life for other people and helped, you know, listen, man, I fostered 3 girlfriends. I know what I'm about. So now I'm just kind of enjoying it, you know, and it's, yeah, I will admit, this was fun. This was really fun. Let me know what you guys think. Truly, like, and I mean this wholeheartedly. You know, maybe I'll give one of these away or something, you know, maybe, like, I don't know, like, none of these have tickets on them anyway. Actually, one of them might have tickets on them. I don't know, but it's like, how am I going to use these? Maybe, I guess, anywhere where this vendor is. Used. I just, you know, man, I don't know, I didn't mean to get so sentimental towards the end, but I kind of had a feeling it would go towards that route, you know, like, truly, you know, and look, my video game roots are still here. My Pokemon slight obsession, I don't like the newer stuff. I'm gonna be completely honest, this is overkill to me. This is overkill. It's not like the same art as the original. And I'm like, look, the art's not bad, right? But it's like, dude, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like an old man saying this, but, like, give me my original Wizards of the Coast set. I'm almost done with that, but, like, I've had to put a break on that. I'm waiting for that Pokemon card economy to crash. And then you had that Kabuto guy earlier, or whatever, bought a bunch of Kabuto cards. Look, I will say this. Cartoon Network means a lot to a lot of people. And if you're seeing this and you're a kid, ask your parents what it was like, right? If you're an adult, introduce your kid to a show that you grew up with, because that had a lot more meaning to it than a lot of other stuff. I mean, like, I wasn't allowed to watch Ed and Eddie and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Those were the 2 shows I wasn't allowed to watch. I don't know why. My mom didn't like Blue. I kind of know why, but still, it was fine. The whole point is that he was the bad influence anyway. And Ed, Eddie, she didn't like Ed, the main Ed, I guess, but I don't know. Cartoon Network, I mean, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, these shows formed a generation. And now it seems like those creative works won't continue. Not that, I'm talking about, Ben 10 won't continue, or those shows are done. They had their finales, they're done. Camp Lazlo sort of had its finale, even though it was a cliffhanger. Teen Titans will never get a season 6. I hate that I have to say that. Especially with that Beast Boy actor and his unfortunate, ailments. Maybe that Hollywood medicine can really kick in. And that real number for 911 could kind of, that's a Simpsons joke for anyone wondering. It's the one where the Homer Simpson goes to that, Illuminati stuff, and, they're like, oh, here's the real number for 911. I don't know. I get a little sentimental when it comes to this because I look at this and I think dead childhood. But on the flip side, I look at this and I say, maybe I can inspire a parent or someone else or something, or something to kind of spur, I got my little, cousins hooked on Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, and that was what I watched on Cartoon Network. I remember on Cartoon Network as well, Yu-Gi-Oh! Would air exactly at 9:30. It would be at 9 o'clock and would end at 9:30, but my bedtime was 9 o'clock, so my mom on Tuesdays would always let me watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Later, and it would be something she'd hide from my sister and stuff like that, and she'd, tell me to sneak down. My mom was really great in that regard. We had our little niches, because, again, she knew I loved Ben 10, and I remember, too, I would go to, we went away to our summer vacation, and I didn't want my action figures to be kind of lonely, so we got, a little cat house, and I put my Ben 10 action figures in there. I took a few of them. It was, Diamond Head, Heat Blast, Ripjaw, Ghost Freak, because those last two are super rare. That and Gray Matter was very rare. And had forearms. And the fact that I can have these memories and tell however many people, it means a lot. I think it is a great gift that personally a lot of people have shared experiences with. And I hope that you guys can teach maybe your nieces and nephews, maybe your kids, maybe, whoever else that's in your life, something, about, I guess, history. This is genuine, history here. This is, Cartoon Network is a show and not a show franchise, a industry icon. You mentioned Cartoon Network. You got about 1 million people with different memories tying all around different things. You don't think that that's, important? You don't think that's something that won't carry on through generations? No, it absolutely will, and it should. And this video is meant to be a continuous reminder of that as I clean up. And again, I know I have to get these scanned. I will get a lot of stuff scanned eventually. I know it's on my list of things to do just because, dude, it's cute. I mean, if I was a restaurant owner and, these weren't being kind of done and, I could print them out, I mean, shoot, I would too. Imagine a home-style, restaurant owner and he wants to, print this out and, say his kids love Teen Titans Go for whatever ungodly reason. Maybe they ever watched the original. That's something that I think is worth preserving. It seems stupid, right? It seems like a lot of detail for not a lot of payoff. But, also, if you are a famous-ish YouTuber, you have a house, you want a Finn and Jake thing, you want a Steven Universe thing, I mean, Jordan Friends in particular, or Volkson, I don't know, we're mutuals on Instagram. He follows me back, that's cool. And I sent him a link and so on and so forth. And on my Instagram, too, I think I'll probably post more stuff, in relation to this. Just because, again, this is great. These are fun. These are nice to have. But I do not have a house. I have an apartment, and I think I think I'd like to move out of America, so I want to declutter a little bit. Maybe I'll keep the Finn pillow, or one of the Finn pillows, this way someone can have a set. And, the shower curtain, like, I don't know, or maybe a museum or some kind. Like, I feel like there are people with connections that are beyond my control, or comprehension. But I'm keeping the gym shirt. There is a beautiful blonde girl there who I've talked to a little bit. She, single mom and all that, but I would be very funny to go in this shirt and have to explain the lore of Ben 10. I might do it. I might do it. Be like, yeah, he was a kid, and his grandpa was like an intergalactic police officer, retired veteran and stuff. This kid finds a watch that was meant for him. It could turn him into a different alien, 10 different aliens, and oh, by the way, this is like a conquering, world-ending device kind of thing, and oh, by the way, if something bad happens to it, it could destroy the universe. No big deal. I find it absolutely funny. Mind you, that's the funniest part I could put about I don't know. I love this. Truly love this. Is this all one? This feels like 100% cotton. This has to be cotton, right? Does it tell you? Because I've been trying to wear cotton, shirts more and such. 100% cotton. Look at that. Yeah, I've been trying to switch out my wardrobe. Actually, I went to an estate sale the other day, too, and I got a bunch of cotton shirts for, dirt cheap. Very old-timey stuff. Some flannels and button-ups and stuff. Just get rid of all the polyester crap, but that aside, let me know what you guys think. Let me know your favorite memory about Cartoon Network. Let me know if you would have gone to this. Let me know, from all the videos you've seen, I know for a fact I would not have gone to this place under complete normal circumstances, unless I went with someone, which I did go with someone. It was very nice. A friend of mine, brought me, but, again, Cartoon Network, tell me something down below. I really want to see positive, wonderful comments about Cartoon Network, and I think that's where I want to leave off on. I gave you a lot of health stuff. I talked a bit. I went on a lot of tangents, but at the end of the day, this is amazing. These are good things. Oh, one more thing. If you have the Ben 10 foot cover or the Ben 10 pillow, please let me know. Someone let me know. That was the one that oh, right. I never even mentioned. Let me tell you this. I snuck around a little bit while I was recording, and I found some laundry deposit stuff, and they had them. And the Jake and Finn one is from my room. The Steven Universe shower curtain and one of the Finn pillows are not from my room. So I want to make that very clear. Stealing is bad, but they were going to throw them out anyway, so I don't feel too bad. And neither should you. Okay, thank you, bye.